Hello from another partly sunny day here in Portugal. It is another beautiful day. We drove about 45 minutes north from the city of Porto, where we're staying, into the city of Braga. And it was a very quiet drive in the car. I think everybody was asleep or sleep-y from the previous night. Crystal and Titus are with us. Crystal, our friend, had some port wine for breakfast, not by choice, but because the amazing server we had at breakfast was like, you've got to try the port, and she gave in.
Good morning. It's time for port. 5 o'clock somewhere. That is actually good.
Does it taste like candy?
No. Unless it's alcoholic candy.
It tastes like candy.
Vitamin and vitamin.
Tastes like candy.
It's like candy.
Anyway, we are here, and Ryan's going to tell us exactly where we are in the city of Braga.
We have come to the important religious pilgrimage site for Catholics called Bom Jesus do Monte, which means the Good Jesus of the Mount. It was started in the 1700s. It was made a minor basilica in 2015 by Pope Francis.
Whether you're interested in the church or the religious aspect of places like this, some of the best things to do when you come to places like this is just enjoy the incredible views. Places like this tend to be on top of hills and or mountains, and yeah, this is no exception. The view of Braga is incredible and gorgeous, and we've got perfect clouds hanging around in the valley, and just a great day for this. What did you find, Stucky? Wow.
Right?
That's gorgeous. This is stunning. We are all very ecstatic that we found out that we actually drove to the top of the church rather than having to climb the 500 steps up, because it's a ways.
And our legs are already tired, so this is going to definitely save them a little bit.
Yeah, and we've got more to do today. But let's actually go inside the church, because I think it's supposed to be beautiful inside there too. So apparently there's mass happening right now in Korean, which is actually really cool to hear a little bit of, but we're not going to show you around just yet, so we're going to keep walking around the grounds, and then we're going to go back in the church. We actually have 2 hotels on the property, including this one behind me, and the one at the very main entrance was both hotels, which is kind of cool. Unfortunately, they're not Marriott, so we can't stay with our points or earn points, so yeah.
Not sure if you took notice, but the altar inside of the actual cathedral is very unique. It actually is basically a 3D account of the crucifixion. Is what it looks like it's supposed to be portrayed as. It's really, really cool and not something I've ever seen before. You come outside into more of the manicured garden area, and there's this beautiful fountain with We're not sure if those turtles are real or not, but as long as I don't have to touch them, it's fine, because turtles scare me. They freak me out, just like a lot of other things do. But I also did not mention that this entire Bom Jesus is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which is also pretty cool, especially if you are determined to visit all of them in the world. This is definitely one of them, and I think it's probably the third or fourth one we visited on this actual trip.
I don't think we have time for that, Ryan.
I don't think we do. Oh, God, they have bees.
God did make them.
And
Unfortunately.
there's one sitting right on your shoulder.
Oh, God, please don't say that. Please don't say that. Please not.
So sad.
They drain the lake?
The place that I came up to see the boats is empty.
But you can
That is terrible. Apparently it's man-made. Like so many things here in Portugal that we have found, nothing is what it seems. It's not just one site to see, it's literally an entire grounds or area or an expansive walking park. It's beautiful. You just don't think about it when you're visiting these places like, oh, I need to give myself 2 hours to view a monastery or church. It's like, what? Crazy.
And somebody apparently drank all the water out of the river because it's dry. The boats are sitting there, not in the water. If anybody knows what happened,
I think it was that duck back there. He drank all the water.
The duck could have drank the water. What is he doing? Is he trying to do the zip line?
Woohoo!
Somebody needs to call the front desk and tell them that.
Before we leave this area, I want to prove to you that there are stairs that actually go up there. It's pretty impressive. The architecture and the design, it's really cool. But I'm glad we missed having to do this step. So if you're coming to this area, definitely keep driving. There's parking up there for €1. Yeah, super simple. And you can avoid all of those stairs. And all you have to do is drive down and you can actually get to see the beautiful shot without actually having to go all the way up the stairs. And it also has a great view the other direction.
We have made it down the hill in Braga from the church. And we just had a really quick and light lunch at a place called McDonald's. I'm not sure if anyone's ever heard of it or not. Anyway, so Joseph went to find a place to fly our drone. Hopefully he can find a nice green space where there's not a lot of people. And we're going to kind of walk around the city center here in Braga. And our last stop will be the palace here. So we're going to see what we can find and show you.
officially checked out the palace. There it is behind us.
Personal opinion, I think the outside is probably a little bit more impressive than the actual inside.
I don't know, the staircase looked pretty cool.
It did.
But they didn't allow photography inside. It was only €3 to get in.
And it feels like kind of a museum. So if you're into that, perfect.
Yes. But we also don't have the time because we're visiting another city of
Guimarães.
Guimarães, something like that. Our lovely host at breakfast this morning, Isabella, had told us how to say it correctly, but we've all forgotten apparently.
Hi.
Thank you.
Starting route to Guimarães Castle.
We just drove the 25 minutes from Braga to Guimarães. Between the four of us in the car, we've been saying that word probably 50 times.
Guimarães.
Something like that. Sorry for not pronouncing it right. But yeah, y'all get the picture. But this castle behind us is, wow.
Very impressive. It's pretty.
Very impressive. So we're going to go tour it. But anything else we need to know before we get in there, Ryan?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, we'll see you inside. So the inside of the castle or fortress is pretty barren, as you can see in the shots that I'm getting and I'm showing you right now. It's kind of just an old castle ruins. It's really cool. Thankfully, it's only €5 to get in, but yeah.
It was built in the 10th century. Guimarães Castle was built in around the 10th century, and it was built to defend the monastery from the Moors and the Norsemen. Not the horsemen, but the Norsemen. I did not look up what that means, but I would assume it might mean Nordic people? I don't know.
But now we're going to go next door and go see a palace, which is not included in the ticket. We'll have to find another ticket there, but it's literally right next door.
Palace of the Dukes here in Guimarães, also known more formally in Portuguese, and I am going to read this from my phone. It is called the Paco dos Duques de Bragacha. I'm sure I completely butchered that. But it's only €5 to get in. If you go to see the palace and the castle, you can get them both for €8. We would have bought them together. We didn't know how far each of them were from each other, and we only had like a certain amount of time before the palace closed. So here we are. We're going to walk around.
We just finished touring the palace. Unfortunately, filming was not allowed. They allowed photos as long as it didn't flash. So while Ryan talks about the history of the castle, I am going to show you some pictures that we took.
Palace of the Dukes was built sometime in the early 1400s, and it was built for basically to house the illegitimate son of John, whoever John was. It's really unique though. It has a chapel, which has some really pretty stained glass and some very unique pews, I might add, that you can still sit in today. It has 39 basically fireplaces throughout the castle because it has 39 smokestacks.
For €5, definitely a must-see here in
Guimarães.
Guimarães. I still can't say it even though we repeated it about 1,000 times. We're probably still saying it wrong. Our last stop here in Guimarães is the Old Town, which is actually pretty cool. Some beautiful little streets, all pedestrianized, which is really nice. So you don't have to worry about dodging cars. And they're not entirely cobblestones, which is even better, at least on the feet. Because we've been in Portugal for the last 5 days and it's hurting the feet. Anywho, I'm not exactly sure what else there is to see besides these really old and cool buildings, but if there is, you know that we'll point it out to you.
Guimarães is actually known as the birthplace of all of Portugal.
Fun fact. And I would say it's definitely a must-see. Braga, also a must-see. If you're in the Porto area, definitely make your trip up here or just come up here and stay. There's quite a few hotels and it's a beautiful area to stay in. I definitely would highly encourage it.
Guimarães actually feels a lot more medieval, I guess you could say, or more old feeling, like the architecture and whatnot. Lots of really good restaurants in the center, which is something we haven't seen so far in a lot of places.
Definitely put this on your bucket list. We're going to say goodnight and sign off with, thanks for traveling the world with us.